So this is a guide on how to do a 3D printable file from a CT or MRI scan. And I have made a web page, you could find it below. And here we can see that we're working with a local computer. So everything is made on your own computer. We download a 3D slicer. And I'm going for a pre-version here. You could choose the stable version. And let's import the DICOM file. So I click and choose the root of the DVD or CD that you have got. Now we go in and choose the series that I would like to have. And I go for this big one with 605 images. And now we could see the images and we could scroll up and down between these. And we could also change the contrast by changing in the top menu there and holding down the left key on your mouse. So now it's time to crop this down, because I think it's good to only look at the area that I'm interested in. And what we're doing now is that we go into the possibility to make a box here. And we also need to choose a preset here to look at the raw data. So if you choose different presets here, we could actually watch the air inside the scan, or here you see actually the skin, and we could just go about and choose different. Here we could see the lungs. It's pretty amazing. And lastly, we choose the bone, because this is actually the one I'm going for. And here we can see that we could shrink down the volume. So we just speed up here a little bit, that boring work. And you could also change that box crop volume in the 2D images. So let's crop this now. So we go for the crop module and we just search for it. And when we apply this, look at the 2D image now. Now it's shrink down, and this is only the raw data now that we have. We have two paths. So we go for the segment editor path in this example. So we'll do a lot of work in the 3D slicer. Here I choose a color and a preset. You could rename it and you could even change the color here, but I went for the one that they had. And a threshold here searches for different areas in the 2D image here, and just finding the right values here so you have as much as possible. And now we have in 3D, we have now a preview here, and it's still kind of rough. So we will continue here to fill in the areas that we also would like to be filled. So here I go for the paint, and look at that. Use the sphere brush. And if you look in the 3D view to the right there, inside the red circle, you could actually see the sphere there. So be aware that you don't want to change the outside there. So I try to stay within the spine. And the more you fill in, the better quality it will be for 3D printing. So try to be quite accurate here. And now this is quite huge model here, maybe bigger than I wanted it to be. So I'm just speeding up here a little bit. And here we could see an example where the brush is not that great because it makes a little bump there. We don't want that. So this is a good example where we could choose smoothing instead. So in this example, we will smooth and we will use the 3D sphere to paint in 3D. And now, look at that. Beautiful. So now it smooths out the errors there. And the scissor is also usable when you have a lot of trash here. And this is, of course, coming from the original threshold setting. So maybe we could have went back and tweaked that a little bit better. But I also wanted to show all these different tools. So we have seen the scissor now. And now we go for the smoothing again. And let's speed up again a little bit here. So we would like to smooth. And that looks great. So there is a lot of work here. So the more work you do, the better. But now we're almost done with the adjusting here. The island that I clicked on now is a nice tool. It gets rid of tiny artifacts in air. So island is also a good tool. And now we could export this. Great. So we click on another module here. Scroll down and secure that it is selected the model to export. So click models, and now be secure that it also has selected the spine, and click export. It's not on the hard disk yet, so the next step will be to save. And in this example I only save the spine, the lowest one there, but secure that you have changed it to STL. Very important. So we save this in a directory so we could find it, and click. Now it is there, 72 megabytes. It's pretty big. Then I realized actually it would be a good idea to save everything. So I went back and saved all the files in the same directory. So now we have everything there. Good. Next step will be the next video.